What's up, guys? So today I wanted to talk to you guys about this mentality that I follow, and I feel like it's really effective, especially if you're kind of somebody who's like me, who is sort of an artist and who's pursuing multiple creative endeavors. And the type of work that you do takes repetition, and you're constantly kind of putting new things out. Like, for example, like with me, it's music, or even like these videos. Like if I'm trying to reach more people, I'm going to do multiple videos and try to touch on different topics, and maybe certain topics resonate with different people a different way. Or potentially the type of song that I do, certain people may not like that song, sonic sound or the lyrical choice. So, if I'm a little bit more broad with, the way that I write, and if I try to cover a lot of area with my material, it's going to reach more people. And the mentality I like to call what I'm about to explain to you is, I guess you could call it the next mentality, or, the thank you next mentality, if you will, because you can't really count on the first thing that you produce or the first thing that you make to really take off. Now, have there been people in history who've put something out on the internet and it go viral and it take off for them and they do extremely well? Yes. And according to the odds, that is bound to happen. Like, of anything that could possibly happen, anything that can and will happen will. So, there is the slight chance that there's somebody out there, maybe even one of you, who will do one thing, produce their first thing, and then it could lead, to your career blowing up, or something you put out goes viral. But the harsh reality is, you have to put out multiple things to build momentum to get to a level of success that you're kind of dreaming of, that you want to achieve. And what I like to kind of go by in my life is the next mentality. Like, it's always going to be the next one for me, especially with music. I get really excited about a song that I'm doing. I'm replaying it, I'm editing it, I'm cutting all these really cool vocal parts and all these harmonies. I'm like, oh, this is so sick. Like, people are going to love this. But I've done this way too many times to think that the next song I'm going to do is going to be the hit, or the one, or the next video I'm going to put out is going to be the one that goes viral. It's like you can hope and wish for that to happen. But the reality is, you have to do repetitions. Like, it's going to take multiple repetitions and posts and attempts to get where you want to be. And I feel like this can relate to anybody in any fields, in any job, any workplace. The reason why I kind of approach entertainment is because that's where I'm in, and I can have kind of a voice in that. So for you guys who are listening, obviously take the entertainment stuff with a grain of salt, but I really think this can apply to a lot of people and a lot of different professions. But it's okay to be excited about something you're working on. It's okay to think that what you're going to make is amazing and great. But the reality is, that thing that you've spent so much time making and so much time building and editing and pouring your blood, sweat, and tears in, there is a chance that that is not going to be the one thing that puts you over the edge to success. Like, maybe that thing that you got super excited about, that you've spent so much time on, was a building block to get you to really hone in on your craft to make that next thing you do the one that goes, or the better one. But I think, to be safe, the way to approach, your career or things that you're making, or, getting to that next level, is it's always going to be the next one. Like, it's probably not going to be this one, but it will be the next one, or the next one, or the one after that. And I think that's just a good, healthy mentality to have, because it's realistic. And I think it may surprise you when the one thing that does happen for you actually goes, because it'll be a little bit surprising to you. You'll probably look back and be like, oh, wow, like, I can't believe this is the one of all things. Like, this is the one I was kind of just like having fun with building, or the project that I didn't think was going to be the really successful one. Or, in any scenario, I feel like once something finally goes or starts getting momentum in your life or your career, it'll almost come as a surprise to you, because you've been spending so much time working on your craft and getting better. You'll start to become obsessed with getting better. You'll start to actually like the repetitions. Like with the music stuff for me, I enjoy the challenge of actually getting better or making something catchier or making the production more complex every single time. I love reinventing, my sound like every time in certain ways. So that's something that I've kind of applied to my career ever since I was a kid. Like, and it all started with auditions, because I don't know if any of you guys have gone on an audition maybe when you were a kid, or if you did like a modeling audition when you were young one time or whatever. But if you can picture this, you have to go on probably 100 auditions to book one, like, and that means if you're the most talented person like in the room, like if I'm the most talented actor in LA, like it's still going to take me over 100 auditions for me to book one, or it may take 50 or it may take 40, but it's rarely going to be the first one, because it comes down to so many different factors. It's not really about, your talent all the time. It's about your look. It's about how you speak. You don't have the right voice. You don't have the right aura. Like there's so many reasons why like an actor will not book a role, and it all has nothing to do with how good they are. Like they can be an amazing actor and they still won't get the role. Someone will be chosen who has less talent for a role on like any big show, as long as they kind of look the part, or the people feel like they can be the character. So it's not like that's the bad thing or the wrong thing. Like, shows and movies have to have the right people that look like the right characters. Like that's just the way it goes. But I think you can really apply this idea to like to any situation when you're trying to get to the next level. Think of it in your mind and just say, you know what, it'll be the next one. And when I was like 13, 14 years old, and I started dealing with rejection very early in life in terms of that kind of stuff. And I was a kid, like I was a minor, like going out for jobs, like to be a working actor as a kid. And I was already feeling the sense of rejection, like before high school even started, before applying for college applications and any of that, I was already feeling rejection as a kid. So I already had built up that kind of strength. And even till now, like these days, like I hardly sweat anything anymore. Like, and I haven't for years, because I know that a lot of it isn't even up to me, and especially when you start thinking about how God's in control of things, like you really kind of just sit back and you don't sweat as much, because I'm not going to get an opportunity that I wasn't meant to get. And I think that that's how you guys should think about it. Like, if something didn't happen, or this project didn't go through, or the thing that you thought was going to be the one, like the one that you poured in 1.5 years of work, like it didn't go through for a reason. Like there was a reason that didn't work out, and it just means that you can't give up, and that you keep going and you keep building, keep making, keep creating. So it's just a whole mentality that I think will help everybody watching this to just always think it's going to be the next one. Like I will get the next one. And if it's not that one, like I'll get the next one for sure. And like the next one will work. And it's not like a never ending. I don't want people to think it's like, oh, it's a never ending thing. And that's just a thing that like gives you hope, but it's probably never going to happen. Like, no, there's a sense of confidence you got to have. And it's what I have too when I'm putting stuff out. It's a sense of confidence knowing like one of these is bound to work. Like I just gotta give the repetitions. Like I just have to like get the reps. Like, and if I keep doing this and I keep working hard and I keep having purpose and I keep doing what I feel like I was called to do and what I love doing, like it's gonna work out. It's just gonna take the right thing that resonates with the right people that make things go over the edge. So just remember, guys, it's always the next one. And I think that when people are new and they're just starting out and they're spending a lot of time, or they wrote their first, book or their first draft of this, like you just get so hyped because you're taking on this new beast that you think it's going to be the one. And if it's not the one, it's okay. Like get better on the second one, And I just think it's the way you approach it. I just think it's your mentality. And I don't want anyone to think that, it's impossible or things can't happen. Like anything is possible. Truly, it really is. And you can just look at so many success stories of all the people that have just failed so many times. But you know what the common denominator was for all of the people that failed, like legitimately countlessly, was that none of them gave up. Like you have to be stubborn. Like you have to not want to give up. Like you have to want success so bad that you just won't give up, and you will keep making things and keep getting better and keep getting repetitions in until something goes. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. keep going, have that next mentality. It's going to be the next one, and it will be. Like, it truly will be. Like, the common denominator is the people that didn't give up became wildly successful and made things happen. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I hope you guys are doing well. Have an amazing week. If you guys like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I will see you guys on the next one.